"2020 is the year of disruption. Just when we were all gearing for the new decade, 2020 disrupted our plans big time. We saw our lives and everything else come to a halt. Institutions that we thought were invincible all came crashing in just a few months or even weeks. The coronavirus, the unseen enemy, has invaded our lives, breaking down everything that we held onto, everything that was precious to us. The lives that we had carefully built over the years were torn to pieces in just a snap of a finger. Uncertainty filled the air, panic drove our anxiety, while hopelessness pervaded our hearts. We wondered, what does tomorrow hold for us? Our lives may have been disrupted, but we are still standing nonetheless. This pandemic may have brought us to our knees, but it has also made us stronger than we have ever been. And it is paving the way for our transformation, because 2020 is the year of new beginnings. It is the year where the slate has been wiped clean so we can all have a fresh start. It is time that we let go of the old so we can move forward with the new. This is the year where we allow ourselves to transform into the best version of ourselves. This is the year where we transcend our limitations and go beyond borders. It is the time when Voice Acting Academy transcends boundaries and goes global with the Certified Voice Artist Program. Because 2020 is the year of co-creation. It is the time where we acknowledge that we are not living as islands, but rather are part of a greater whole. This is the year where we have to accept the need to collaborate in order to move forward. The time is ripe to finally cultivate a safe space for both aspiring and experienced voice artists, where they can be nurtured and guided to live their fullest potentials. It is the year where we finally cultivate a new global community that promotes a culture of giving, loving, and sharing, because 2020 is the year of becoming. It is the time that we recognize the greatness of our potentials and finally step up to our higher calling to become voice artists who use their God-given talents to inspire, influence, and empower. This is the year when the Voice Acting Academy becomes a global community of voice artists who will use their skills to make the world a better place, one voice at a time. Voice acting is the art of becoming. I become. I believe. I am. Learn voice artistry only from the best. Join the Certified Voice Artist Program and learn the fundamental skills required of a voice artist. Voice variations. The VoiceMaster's formula for creating character voices. Personal branding, and so much more. Study and collaborate with a global community of like-minded voice artists committed to using their voices to create positive social change. Visit www.certifiedvoiceartist.com for more information and to register.
Pocholo for VoiceMaster Gonzales is already considered as a veteran in the art of voice acting for television, radio, and even online.
Hear the voices of greatness on the World Wide Web. VG8 Radio, the voices of greatness.
Your Voice of Reason, Episode 11. Heal the World, Make It a Better Place. Good evening, hopefuls and soulmates. It's important to go beyond our own views and beliefs sometimes. It can help us widen our perspective and awareness of the world around us. So join us tonight as we listen to people from all walks of life.
Yes, we believe that everyone has a unique story to tell and that these personal stories should be heard. We know that we can be inspired by anyone in the community, regardless of age, social status, religion, and all the temporary concepts made by society. So stay with us because we will uplift and connect as we exchange thoughts, feelings, opinions using our very own voice of reason. No destructive criticisms, only honoring personal truths here at Your Voice of Reason. I am Karen Deguilla, aka Voice Kitty.
And I'm Sheryl Arce Cardona, also known as the Heartlifting Soulful Voice. This show is brought to you by Creative Voices Productions, Creative Sound Studios, Voice from Home, the Certified Voice Artist Program, and the VoiceMaster channel. Hello, good evening everyone. Hello, Miss Karen. Good
Yes, good
evening. Hi,
evening.
hi.
How are you, Miss
Yes, kamusta ka
Karen?
naman?
Ayan, all good. Dahil holiday kasi sa amin tomorrow, so yung traffic today is like Friday. So, ayan, medyo na late lang ng uwi, but everything is so good. Feel na namin yung Christmas spirit sa office actually. In our office, we do have like a celebration of the events wherein we design our office space. So right now we were doing a design for Christmas naman. So sa office, feel na namin yung Christmas. How about sa inyo, Michelle?
Actually, dito sa village namin, Miss Karen, at saka sa lahat ng nadadaanan pagpalabas, sobrang daming Christmas lights and Christmas decors. Talagang feel na feel mo yung Pasko. And yun, very challenging yung week na ito, but still we're all great and we're all good. Yun.
Wow,
Yung
that's
Pasko
great.
na, malapit na. Konti na
Yeah,
lang. Konti na
15
lang.
days. 15 days before Christmas. Wow.
Kaya nga,
Grabe.
tuloy ang Pasko, kahit anong mangyari, di ba? So yun
Truth.
ang nilook forward natin the whole year, itong Christmas and holiday
Oo,
season. Kasi
tama yan.
tayo yata sa Pilipinas yata ang pinakamahabang Pasko na holiday season na celebrate, sabi nga nila. Dahil nag-start tayo ng December up to, ay hindi, maaga pa doon, di ba? Usually, September, nagpe-prepare na tayo, oo. Nagpasok na ng
Oo,
nagpe-prepare na tayo ng decorations, ganyan. And then,
true.
hanggang January pa yan.
Oo,
Yun
and
ang
then,
nagawian.
oo, sa store nga namin, yung Christmas lights, saka yung mga pan-design-design na, ano ba tawag doon, Michelle? Yung color green na parang dahon-dahon, something.
Garland ba tawag doon?
Oo, yeah.
Oo, naalala ko. Oo.
Andun lang
Garland,
siya
oo.
the whole year, nandun siya sa tindahan namin.
Parang dito
every
sa pintuan namin, hindi tinatanggal.
wow.
Kasi parang saglit lang, 'di ba? Pasko na naman.
Mm,
Pati yung
true.
mga yung malaking paparol dyan ni Mother, nandyan lang sa harapan namin. Hindi namin tinatanggal. Para lagi may Christmas spirit kahit anong mangyari, 'di ba? Anong season man yan ng taon, kahit birthday.
Oo.
May parol na
Tama.
malaki sa labas. Oo.
Absolutely. Kasi, di
Yun.
ba, Michelle, kapag Christmas kasi, di ba, it's the time of giving, it's the time of sharing. And dapat sa ugali natin, hindi lang tayo Christmas mabait. Dapat the whole year round, mabait tayo. The whole year round, we have this heart that have the kindness, the heart that shares, and the heart that knows how to forgive. Di ba, Michelle?
Yes, and always have compassion sa kapwa natin kahit anong mangyari. Yun. Looking back, Miss Karen, sa last week episode natin, regarding sa about giving and reaching out to the Filipino people with our guests, Mitch, Sandra, and Rain, and they are a member of the Help for Everyone na charity organization, which is yun na tumutulong sa maraming kababayan natin na nasalanta ng bagyo, and still kahit natapos na yung bagyo, nandyan pa rin sila, nagkakalap pa rin sila ng mga donations para itulong pa ulit. Kasi hindi pa sila tapos. Parang hindi pa nakakabangon yung ibang bayan, lalo na yung Sorsogon. Tapos meron na naman silang, baha na naman sila the last time, di ba? Tapos meron pang earthquake. So, parang hindi siya natatapos, pero sana, hopefully, next year, we'll all be better, di ba? We're all in a good
True.
situation, lahat tayo, buong mundo,
Yes.
buong Pilipinas.
Kaya dapat
Hopefully, and we're all praying for that.
kaya dapat malakas yung prayers natin, no, Michelle? Kasi
Kaya nga eh.
in our own simple ways, kasi hindi naman tayo lahat may capacity na tumulong directly, saka hindi, yung may mga
Totoo.
bagay na hindi natin control. So, nasa God
Mm-mm.
lang yung may control doon. So, yung prayers talaga, kahit just that wanting additional help to others, malakas na yun. Ayun.
So, sama-sama.
Oo,
Especially sa prayers, nothing is impossible.
Kaya nga, napakaganda nga pangalan nung guest natin. Help everyone, yung group nila. Like, help every Filipino. Sama-sama natin,
Yes.
lahat ng mga Pilipino tumutulong. Parang ang daming meaning. At nakakatuwa kasi kahit na very young sila, they know. In little ways, they know how to reach out. And even though there are places na hindi nila maabot, they know how to partner with others. Ibig sabihin, talagang pag may gusto, may paraan. Kapag ayaw, edi wala na lang. Ganun na lang.
Yung,
Ay.
As kabataan, may initiative sila at yun, nandyan yung courage nila na lumabas despite na may COVID, di ba? Para lang makatulong. So, sabi ni, parang pinagpapasa Diyos na lang kung whatever mangyari. Pero hopefully naman wala, di ba? For the good of everyone naman yung ginagawa nila, I know na i-guide sila ni God dyan, as always.
That's right. Basta, ang intention naman natin ay maganda. Speaking of intention, no, Michelle, yung topic natin today, it's very simple. Pero minsan na-overlook ng people. Like, how do you deal with it properly ba? As, like, kung you have a problem with this person, or this problem has a problem with you, or ganun, diba? And then, you suddenly have some lapses sa communication ninyo or dun sa relationship ninyo. It sometimes happen, and minsan maliliit na bagay yung cause kung bakit nagkakaroon ng misunderstanding, miscommunication. Kaya minsan nagkakaroon ng away, ganun. So, how do we deal with this kind of things? So, yon matutunghayan natin as we introduce our guests, and then we talk to them how they do it and how do they deal with it in their daily lives. So, guys, if you have any opinion about that topic, we'd like to hear you. And so type away your comments here in the comment section, and then we will flash your comments, of course. And make sure to share this live stream and put the hashtag your voice of reason. All right. So, Michelle, before we start, meron pa bang marami pa bang may promotion ka ba, Michelle?
Yung Miss Carren, yung Certified Voice Artist, batch 5 na, starting on January 1. Dun po sa mga gustong mag-register, you can start registering early. And you can email Miss Nikie at CreativeVoices@gmail.com para po sa Kasi marami, limited slots lang, but maraming interested to join the CVAP batch 5 po. So join na.
Yes, guys. If you want to have a show like this, and if you want to let your voice be heard and create positive social change, diba? Kaya naman tayo nandito kasi ito yung way natin to promote social change. And if you guys have other means, like you want your voice to be heard on radio, on TV, or do you want to use it for motivational speaking, the Creative Voices Certified Voice Artist Program is the right place for you to go. All right. So,
Join
Michelle.
na.
Join na. So, yan. At dahil dyan, excited na tayong makita, Michelle, ang ating mga guests. And nakakatuwa dahil ang mga guests natin today ay very diverse and as in different walks of life sila. And one of this is a third Dan black belt of the Philippines Taekwondo Association of the World Taekwondo with more than a decade of teaching experience to both kids and adults alike. Is a BJJ and Pekiti Tertia Cali practitioner, strength and conditioning coach, basic mountaineering course instructor, fundamentals, rappelling, BLS, FA, and navigation, fitness, etc. Senior fitness and self-defense instructor and co-owner of FitQuest Philippines. The FB or IG page is FitQuest PH if you'd like to follow them. He's also an event organizer and a software developer. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Andres the Bulay the Fourth. Hello, Sir Andres.
Hello po. Good evening. Welcome to your Voice of Reason, Mr. Andres.
Hello. We'd like to see your handsome face. Ayan, loading. Still loading. Ayan, Michelle, yung guest natin super, very, parang feeling ko very fit siya, no? And
Yes.
talagang yung wellness outerwise, yung body figure niya siguro, napaka-fit. Parang madami tayong matatanong, Michelle, how to
Kaya
stay.
nga. Black belter pa naman siya, Miss Carren.
Oo
Kaya dun sa mga loloko-loko dyan. Ingat kayo. Yes.
True. Kaya dapat, baka meron siyang matuturo sa atin na basic defense.
Kaya nga, kailangan natin yan sa panahon na to.
Oo, lalo na. So, Michelle, habang hinihintay natin si Sir Andres, let's introduce the second guest first.
Pakilala na natin, yes. So, she is a voice and piano teacher at Yamaha School of Music, cosplay event organizer. Please welcome Miss Kenjo. Hello po, Miss Kenjo. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, good evening po.
Hello po.
Ang ganda
How
naman
are
po.
you?
Thank you.
Welcome sa your Voice of Reason.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. So, Miss Kenjo, can you tell us something more about yourself?
Something more about Teka, wala sa script din ako. Well, I've been teaching since 2018 pa lang. Pero, before that po kasi, on and off lang. So, yung talagang straight na main career siya as a voice and piano teacher since 2018 lang po. And it's also same school where I studied for the college course, integrated course of music. Pero 2009 pa yun.
Wow, that's great. Ang ganda, no? So, Miss Kenjo, yung bang mga tinuturuan mo, they're mostly kids or do you also teach older
Mostly,
people?
yes. Kasi yung mga talagang ina-enroll, usually talaga yung mga kids as young as 3 or 4-year-old. And then, as old as seniors. So, all ages actually. Pero mostly po, kids. And teens. And then, may adults.
3 years old, no?
Lalo na yung mga Chinese.
Bata.
Yung mahilig sila na.
Asian countries usually, di ba? Mga Japanese, Chinese,
Korean, Chinese, Japanese. Yes. Mostly, they start them young talaga. Parang nasa practice na nila and culture na as young as 3 or 4 years old. Any kind of talent or they want to enhance the kids with music and different, lalo na sa piano kasi parang yun yung pinaka-basic na sa instruments. So parang if you go through piano first, mas madali na yung ibang instrument when you start with the piano. So doon siya, kaya naging medyo in demand.
What about now na new normal? Kasi di ba you're teaching?
Ako, ang hirap po kasi, mahirap na siya actually nung normal pa, before pre-pandemic kasi lalo na yung sa mga bata po kasi kahit one-on-one or face-to-face na kayo, pag makukulit talaga, ang hirap makuha yung attention. focus.
Oo.
Lalo na yung
That's
iba
a,
pa,
mm,
parang
yes,
masyado maiksi yung attention span nila. So, paano
oo,
ba ngayon na
oo.
wala kayo face to
Online.
Like, for
Mahirap.
our
assistance
hesitating,
ng mga
ay,
yaya or
mm,
parents nila minsan. Pero yun,
mm,
nakakaya naman. Ang
kaya
ano lang,
naman.
extra, kumbaga naging double or triple lang yung challenge.
Ako
Oh.
alam ko
Sayson.
personally yung anak ko hindi niya kaya. So sabi ko, I bought a keyboard. I was about to teach him piano and then I said, ako na lang magturo muna ng basics. At least yung tamang fingering, like which are the notes. Kapag
Yes.
na-figure out na niya yun, feeling ko okay na kaming mag-online if ever. Feeling ko hirap na hirap yung teachers kapag ganun, ang bata na, di pa niya alam, tapos mahina pa yung attention.
Tapos hindi,
Medyo
well, yung
mangungulit pa siya.
lalo na parang akala nila naglalaro lang sila kasi nasa screen lang. So,
Oo.
Oo.
nanonood lang sila. So, parang hindi sila, tapos nasa bahay lang sila, syempre. So, parang comfortable sila on their own way. So, they think they can do anything they want at any time they please. So, it's hard, it's more difficult to have them focus or get their attention on the lessons. Pero kaya naman. So far, I get to survive it. I started around May lang po.
At least, kaya yan.
Yes,
Kakayanin ng lahat ng lahat.
Kailangan.
For the love of music.
chat kita after nito.
Yeah.
Sige. Salamat, Miss Kenjo. Ay, di
Thank you, Miss Kenjo.
Sige. Salamat, Miss Kenjo.
Thank you po.
Alright.
Thank you.
Let's introduce our next
Yes. Ito ang pagbabalik ng ating next guest. Ito, from CVAP Certified Voice Artist, Batch 1, also known as the Voicing Queen. Also, she's the host of your Voice of the Unheard dito sa VG8 Radio din every Wednesday. And she has 20 years of teaching experience, training, research, and extension work in the Academy and the International Government Organization. She is currently the program director of the Certified Voice Artist Program, a producer for a production firm startup, and content writer for a US-based real estate digital marketing agency. She's also the certified hypnotherapist. Please welcome Ma'am Nikie Esmero. Hello, ma'am. Hello po. Welcome, welcome. Yan.
Miss Nikie, your mic.
Hello, Miss Nikie.
Ayan.
Yeah.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes po, loud and clear.
Yes. Good evening
Welcome
to
back,
everyone.
madam.
Parang wala kayong kadala-dala.
Yes.
Siyempre, Miss Nikie. We miss everyone.
Yes, I'm glad to
Oh.
be back. Thank you for having me here.
Yes.
Voice
Siyempre
mates.
naman.
You're always welcome
Oo.
sa aming show, Miss Nikie.
Diba?
At least nandito po si Miss Carren na kasi the last time wala siya kasi may sakit siya.
Ay, oo.
Diba?
May sakit siya
Ako
last
nun.
time.
Kaya, diba? Na-miss niya po kayo kaya in-invite namin kayo ulit.
Yeah.
Okay, buti naman. Bago magpasko, nag-abot tayo dito.
Kaya nga po kasi alam namin busy din kayo, madam. Kaya salamat sa pagsama sa amin sa show tonight. Yun.
Yes.
May mga bago ba, Miss Nikie, sa buhay mo ngayon?
Same. Gusto mo sirain ko tong show nyo tulad ng pagsira ko ng program natin nung isang gabi.
Wag naman.
Wag naman.
Charot. I think Sir Andres is already here. Let's try to.
Ayan.
Yun.
Hi, Sir Andres.
Internet, hold on. Hello po. Welcome back again.
Well, maybe we can just try voice na lang po muna. Para
kung hindi kaya ng video. Kasi sa araw na to napakaraming technical difficulties. Pero tuloy pa rin.
Yes.
Kakayanin.
Ayun, I think Sir Andres still has some difficulties right now. So,
yes.
Let's move on po siguro muna to our next part of the show. So, as you may know, if you've been watching Voice of Reason weekly, We usually start it with a song. So today I will be singing a song, Back to December by Taylor Swift. So sa mga Swifties out there, so here is the song
Ready na ba?
for you guys. Ready na ba kayo? Alright.
Yes.
Alright. Here we go. Ang ganda ko, no? Ito lang. Ayan. So this is Back to December by Taylor Swift. Pagandahin muna natin yung maganda nating boses lalo. Para isa tayong napakagandang diwata. Charot. Ito na. So, let's go. Cause the last time you saw me still burn in the back of your mind. You gave me roses and I left them there to die. So this is me swallowing my pride, standing in front of you, saying I'm sorry for tonight. I'd go back to December all the time. Turns out freedom ain't nothing but missing you, wishing I'd realize what I had when you were mine. I'd go back to December, turn around and make it all right. I'd go back to December all the time. So, ayan. Ayan po yung kanta. It's Back to December by Taylor Swift. Pagpasensyahan niyo po ko sa pagpa-play dahil, you know, I'm not good. I'm not good at ukulele.
Galing.
Diba? Ang ganda na ng song. So, it's Back to December. So, let me first do the interpretation. So, for me, yung Back to December kasi, it's like about regret ng isang tao because she knows she did something wrong. Like, although this is romantically sa boyfriend daw niya, sa ex-boyfriend niya na parang na-take for granted niya before, and now nagsisisi siya. So parang she is asking for forgiveness and like, kung meron pang second chance, parang ganun yung dating niya, di ba? So, but kidding aside, I think as a whole, di ba? Even if it's not a romantic relationship, meron talagang times sa buhay natin na may mga pinagsisisihan tayo na wish natin sana may time machine. Sana makabalik tayo sa time na to para kung pwede mang palitan yung ginawa natin, gagawin natin. Pero sa buhay natin kasi hindi siya ganun eh. Wala talagang time machine. And you just have to live with it. So, yun yung mga time na sa future kasi, from the past and the future, talagang dapat mangyari yan. Now you just have to live with it. And how will you live with it, di ba? So, yan yung mga time na lalakasan mo yung loob mo. You need to approach that person. And, you know, you need to really fix the misunderstanding. You need to talk, have a proper communication, and ask forgiveness if kailangan, di ba? Kasi, kapag yung communication, I think, nagkalamat or kasi communication and relationship, very very flexible. Minsan, napakaliit na bagay, ang laki ng change na mangyayari sa relationship ninyo. So, kailangan lang talaga, wag mataas yung, ang tawag dito, yung pride. Kumbaga, you have to know how to level with each other para ma-maintain niyo yung tamang relationship na nasa same page kayo, nasa same level kayo na hindi nagtataasan para makapag-usap ng maayos. So, yan yung interpretation ko sa song na Back to December. So, how about you guys? What do you think about this song? If you can relate it. I think, Miss Kenjo, do you want to start?
Well, I'm not that familiar po with the song. I've heard of it few times lang po. Pero if I would base on the lyrics or words in the song, with what you mentioned kanina, it is about parang regrets or regrets of what she or they did not get to do in the past. So parang you need to like make up for it, or if it's not yet too late. Pero if it's too late, wala na is parang it's not worth it, or it doesn't change anything, parang crying over spilled milk. So you just
Mm-mm.
have to make the most of it while it's there or while it lasts.
Yes. Miss Kenjo, naka-experience ka na ba ng ganito? Like, um,
Natatawa ako.
oh,
Wait lang, di na ako tuwing patatay. Wait, naka-experience na ba ako? I think not entirely or not exactly the same, but something's quite similar. Or I think all of
mm,
us naman in our own way, even if it's not with relationships, different kind of relationships. So it
mm,
could be
mm.
friendship or family. It doesn't have to be romantic relationship. So the
Yes.
real it's all parang yung regret is always part of every kind of relationship. But what matters most is how you deal with it, or how you go through it, and how you rise from it, or how you recover after the regret. So it's
Yeah,
normal.
yeah.
We all experience it every now and then. And it
Mm-mm.
always, kumbaga nasa huli talaga yung pagsisisi. Pero parang minsan it's more regretful kapag hindi mo give yung all mo during the
Tama.
process. So
That's
might as well
right.
give your 100% if you're sure about something that you want, or one thing that makes you happy, no matter what it is, or no matter how difficult it may be. At least, less yung regrets if ever man meron kang may rough roads along the way. You at the end, you will have less regrets kasi you know you did your best.
Yes, that's right. Kaya, kumbaga, di ba, every day, we must put the best foot forward. Ayun. That's very nice po, Miss Kenjo. So, ayun, tama naman, everyone nakaka-experience ng ganyan. Like, kahit ako, I think I had friends before na okay pa sana, pero dahil, nagkaroon ng miscommunication or
Mm.
hindi na parang nagkahayaan na mag-usap ulit na maayos. So nawala na lang siya. Parang gano'n, 'di ba? So, how about you, Miss Nikie?
Sabi ko,
Ayan.
how about you, Miss Nikie? Ganun
Oo.
yung pagkakatanong.
Oo. Sabihin,
Oh my
Dahan-dahan.
God! Wala
ah,
yun, Mother Mia.
kasabi, kakatet ko pa naman sana Nikie left the group. Ano.
Walang ibig sabihin yun.
Ayun.
Kaya,
Excited tayo sa
Ayun.
sagot ni Miss Nikie, kaya
Ayun.
natin siya in-invite, di ba? Ayan, madam, inaabangan ka namin. Ikaw na
Ayun.
po.
Nako, dahil bang nakaabang?
Oo,
Sige.
dyan.
Ayun, thank you sa mga sagot nyo. Tama naman yun, you give it your all kahit na may risk na masaktan or magkamali. Kasi hindi naman tayo perfecto. So yun, I agree with you on that. Ang mahalagang gusto ko lang sigurong idagdag, no, is siguro kasi lahat naman tayo dumadaan sa ganyan, sa regret, no, when we look back. Especially, when you're dealing with grief, no, diba, yung mga hindi mo nagawa or yung mga dapat hindi mo ginawa, binabalikan mo, and it's painful when you look back. But siguro let's take note that, or give our younger selves a break, kasi yung alam natin ngayon hindi alam nung younger self natin nung time na yun, 'di ba? Nalalaman lang natin yung pagkakamali natin on hindsight. Sabi nga ni Kenjo, lahat naman kasi ng pagsisisi nasa huli. Otherwise, wala na sanang mali kung alam na natin lahat sa umpisa pa lang, 'di ba? At hindi tayo matututo noon. Kaya yan ganyan yung pagkaka-engineer ng Panginoon, dahil para matuto tayo. Okay, so yun lang, kasi it's sometimes we're a bit hard on ourselves, and let's take note lang na yung alam natin ngayon, hindi alam ng younger self natin. And usually, in most cases, we did what the best that we could at that time. No? Given the circumstances at that time, acknowledge and acknowledge yourself. Give your younger self a pat on the back instead of always castigating, na yung always focusing kung saan ka nagkamali. So siguro it's also about time to just give your younger self a pat on the back na hey, I acknowledge na given the circumstances that time, ito lang yung alam mo no? Mas bata ka pa noon, younger self ka nga, so it's okay. So it's about time to forgive our younger self. Hey, it's okay, I understand, given those circumstances, ito yung decision mo, and it's okay. Kasi ngayon, as your older self, natuto naman ako dun sa decision mo. No, let's not stop dichotomizing things kung na mali o tama. Kasi there are only lessons, no? So yun lang siguro yung maganda nating tandaan.
Yes. Bound naman talaga lahat na magkamali.
Yes.
Oo. So, parang ako, nagkakamali din ako, si Michelle, si Miss Nikie, everyone has their own faults in life, kumbaga. At saka, hindi yan mawawala, di ba, Miss Nikie? Sa buhay natin, magkakamali at magkakamali tayo. Alamin lang natin na how we deal with those things.
Tsaka nga, moving forward, you take the lesson and moving forward, wag mo nang ulitin or mas mag-improve ka na sa susunod, moving forward.
That's right. Dapat moving on.
Very good.
Yeah.
Candidate number 2.
Yes.
Diba? Napapatulala tayo kay Madam.
Yeah. Yung mga words
Yun naman
alala.
Parang pumapasok sa veins mo. Alam mo yun?
Uminom kasi ako ng gamot yun ako. Hindi ko kasi show to mahirap sirain. Uminom ako ng gamot ko, otherwise puro hugot at saka puro joke yung sabihin dito.
Okay lang yan, Miss. So, nakikita natin yung serious side ni Miss Nikie. Ano ba yan? Ano sinasabi ko? Ayan. So, feel ko meron namang kakanta. May kakanta pa ulit. Napakaganda talaga ng boss.
Sino ba yan?
Super.
Sino ba yan? Patawarin natin yung kakanta na yan.
At saka ang ganda ng kanta niya.
Yes. Heal the World by Michael Jackson.
Heal the World.
Ang ating...
Bakit healing oneself?
Kaya nga, parang nag-iba yung title dito. Healing oneself?
Sorry na.
Kaya nga Okay lang.
Actually, the world is yourself.
Yan. Mag-emote na tayo ngayon.
Sige. Let's go.
Game. Heal the World by Michael Jackson. There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. In this place, you feel much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you find there's no need to cry. In this place, you'll find there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there. If you care enough for the living, make a little space. Make a better place. Heal the world. Make it a better place. For you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. Yon, heal the world. Sana nakasabay si Miss Kenjo.
Nice.
Yon, napakalalim ng message ng song na ito is yon. Yun nga, may lyrics dito na we all like brothers, ganon. Dun sa last part yun kaya wala dito. Pero yun yung natanim sa isip ko, and yung tomorrow na parang remove our fears because yun nga, healing the world. Di ba ang war nag-i-start siya sa simple misunderstanding. So, parang isa din to sa song na wake up call sa atin na if ever may misunderstanding tayo sa kaibigan natin o sa family natin, dapat umpisa pa lang mag-bow down na tayo and mag-sorry na tayo kasi huwag na natin patagalin kasi yun, just compared to the wars na nagsisimula sa simpleng misunderstanding lang, pag lumaki pa yun, mas mahirap siyang ayusin. And yun nga, let's make this world a better place for everyone. Kasi ang sakit kaya sa loob na meron kang kaaway or meron kang hindi pagkakaunawaan sa ibang tao. Parang ako sa sarili ko, hindi ako makatulog unless nag-sorry ako dun sa isang tao. Or minsan naiinis ako sa kanya. Iniisip ko na lang na, ay, baka kaya siya ganun kasi may deeper problem siya. So, lawakan na lang natin yung pangunawa natin para sa kapwa natin and always have that love and compassion and so kasunod na yung understanding. So, heal the world. How about you, Miss Carren? What can you say about the song?
Well, for me, the song is special kasi ang ganda ng song na yan eh. Kaya di ba kahit elementary pa lang tayo, actually for me, elementary ako na, pinapakanta na talaga yung song na to. Kasi una-una, if you will take it like dun sa meaning talaga niya originally, parang heal the world, make it a better place kasi 'di ba parang sa world natin ngayon ang dami ng problems, nandiyan yung climate change, tapos ang dami-dami ng mga pangyayari na hindi maganda, wars happening, there are yung economy ng mga bansa bumababa. Kumbaga, ang dami na poverty, ang haba ng list and it goes on and on. Pero, I think, if all the people, magsama-sama, magtulungan, and if all people have a kind, good heart, talagang mahihil talaga yung world natin. Kasi, what corrupts the world is evil. Evil in a sense na, kahit little things lang yan, when you add them up together, di ba? Ang laki ng impact. Kita mo na lang yung mga basura sa dagat, sa ocean, na ang dami ng mga nasasaktan ng mga hayop, nakakain nila, may mga straw na pumapasok tapos hindi na nila matanggal sa ilong nila, di ba? Ang dami, nakakala mo ang liit lang, pero isa ka pala sa kumukurap ng mundo natin. Just by, not being, what do you call this one? Sustainable, dahil hindi mo kaya na gawin ng tama yung mga binibigay na, what do you call this? Yung mga law or yung ini-enforce na law sa atin para makabuti. So, ayun. So, for me, making a better place is easy if everyone around us follows the protocols, if everyone around us cares for everything, hindi lang sa mga tao, kundi the entire human race, the entire world, the entire creatures of the world. Ganun. So, ayun. Miss Universe pa nga eh. Entire universe, diba? Kasi diba, kahit outside the world, may pollution na din. Like yung mga, ang dami-daming mga satellites na lumalabas sa world natin, nakakaharang sila, naging garbage sila outside the earth. So, ayun. Yan lang siguro yung masasabi ko sa song na yan. How about Miss Nikie? What can you say about this song?
Yan, maganda siya. But ang ganda nung sinabi mo, Carren, no, yung awareness nun sa actions natin. Kasi siguro ipa-follow up ko na lang dun yung sagot ko dun sa sinabi mo. Nagiging corrupt kasi tayo if we don't recognize that we are all connected and we to each other. Meaning, ano ba relevance nun? Halimbawa, yung sinabi mong yung about trash, halimbawa, Ako kasi may pet turtle ako kaya very nasasaktan ako pag nakikita ko yung example mo yung merong straw na naipit dun sa ilong nung turtle dun sa ocean, no. So yung mga ganong bagay kasi nagsa-start yan as hindi lang sa pagiging selfish yung core value kasi na dapat nating makuha is yung we are all connected, and therefore lahat ng actions natin will impact not only ourselves but will impact somebody else. So tulad nga niyan yung straw na tinapon mo dito can in a few months be in the nose of a sea turtle miles away or perhaps, di ba? So yung ganon. So lahat ng action natin is impacting another human, hindi lang human being lahat ng living or sentient being. So we have to be mindful sa ganon. So yun, kung meron tayong ganong mindset, hindi na tayo pupunta dun sa point na magiging selfish tayo. Kasi corruption is parang an intensified form of selfishness na gusto mo sa'yo lahat, gusto mo di ba? But if basic sa'yo yung core value na lahat tayo ay connected at ultimately ay iisa, kasi lahat naman tayo is from the creator, then parang walang problema kasi you will be mindful of every action that you will take. 'Di ba? Na hindi lang kasi 'yun para sa iyo every action that you take will impact another being. So 'di ba yung tinuro naman sa Bible is yung what do unto others what you want to be done unto you. So ganun. So pag naisip mo 'yon, so it's parang less ang problem kasi conscious ka na na every action that you take could hurt someone, and ayaw mo naman sigurong bumalik yun sa'yo, di ba?
Truth. Tama yan. Saka, di ba, what goes around comes back around.
Comes around. Karma is digital daw eh. Ayun.
Yes. And what comes up must come down, di ba? Ika nga nila.
Ayan. Thank you so much for that wonderful answer, candidate number 1.
Oo. Ayan
candidate
na.
number 1.
Candidate number 2 na.
The answer of candidate number 2.
Candidate number 2.
What do you say about
Kenjo?
I did not know ito pala yung song kasi nung nakita ko yung title. Sabi ko, gagawin pa sa
healing oneself, di ba?
Hindi ko to
Heal yourself when you heal the world. Ganun kasi.
Pero when I read the lyrics, you mean it's heal the world. Okay, it's heal the world. This song kasi it's one of the universal songs that's used all throughout the years. So I grew up listening to this as well as a kid and as I grew older. And lalo na kinakanta to ng mga choir groups. Why do they always or usually sing this? Kasi yung message ng song is for unity or to be as one. The world, hindi lang yung country. So the world has to be in unison. Sa choir, if you're familiar, there's a lot of the unison in singing, but they call it as unison. It's one note or one tune or one pitch lang. So that's one example why they always like to have this sung by choir groups, especially children, kasi the children are the future. So is one message if this song is parang you can start on your own by yourself na to make a difference in the world. Hindi yung porket isa ka lang or you're just one versus 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000. You cannot make a difference. No, you can start with yourself. Na if you contribute well, especially if you cooperate well as a citizen, so ngayon dito sa atin sa Philippines, medyo marami ang pasaway. So, yun pa lang makikita mo na kung law-abiding citizen ka na. Diba? So, I think especially with this crisis, I think if we all cooperate well and properly, we can overcome it in no time actually. So, yun lang actually yung hinihintay. I think ng virus, yung cooperation lang ng lahat or most of us. Especially as adults na we have to be a good example to the children. Na hindi tayo yung number 1 na dapat mag-set na example to them kung paano maging responsible and contributing na citizen or person, we start at our homes. Na doon pa lang makikita mo bago sila lumabas ng mga bahay nila or tayo, bago tayo lumabas ng bahay, we start at our very own family and homes. Na we establish there the foundation to contribute whatever we can in a small way. It doesn't have to be a big way naman na kailangan mag-donate ka ng ganito. You can start small basta it comes from the bottom of your heart na you want to make a change. You can actually. There's a lot of ways to do it. So you can, as long as you want it, so you're in your intention na you want to make a change or difference, you can. So possible talaga. And this song is a good reminder of that na you can start with oneself to be able to help everyone or the world, even the world. So you can dream big, start small. Everyone starts at small naman. So there's nothing big that did not start small.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Every
diba?
little things count nga, sabi nila, di ba,
Yes.
Miss Carren?
Saka sa society, di ba, family is the basic unit of society. And dahil nga din yun, sa sinabi ni Kenjo, na I think everyone naman alam yan eh. Nasa upbringing talaga ng parents yan nagsisimula. And it
Totoo.
depends din, although hindi natin lahat isasabi na bata or sa parents talaga yan. Dahil paglaki nila, wala naman ng control yung parents yan. Yung bata na yung may control. Pero at least, diba, as parents, that is our responsibility na, ayan, may COVID. Paglabas ng bahay, dapat ganito yung gagawin mo. Kahit sa loob pa lang ng bahay, dapat actually pina-practice na yun. Yung anak ko ngayon, ang arty-arty na niya. Kasi, di ba, usually sa bahay, sige, inumin mo to, ininuman mo, tapos papainom mo sa kanya. Ayaw na niya.
Ayaw niya. Kasi COVID.
Arty-arty mo. Pero sabi ko, okay na yan. Dapat paglabas ng bahay.
Ba't nagtataka ka kung ma-arty-arty?
Uh-oh.
Kanina pa magmamano.
Sorry, no? Pero
kasi
ayun
sa iba kaartihan yun eh, di ba? Kaartihan yung ganun. Pero dati tayo, di ba, ganun na tayo before pa. Kita mo, bago pa yan mag-COVID, ganito na yung ginagawa natin. Kumbaga pinagpapatuloy lang natin. Yung wake-up call lang yun, yung COVID, na para lahat gawin ganun din, di ba? Maging responsible tayo para sa lahat.
Yes, absolutely.
Tama. Dahil dyan, may mga comments kayo dyan. Comment lang po.
Comment kayo dyan. Ayan,
yes. Malamang, maraming may mga Nikie.
Ito.
Nandiyan sila para kay Madam.
Hi, Rian.
Hi, Rian. We miss you. Andyan lang naman sa likod.
Hello, Joshua.
Great day, boy, sa bata. Joshua, we miss you also. Parang wala sa stream, di ba?
Hello, Mother.
Hello, Mother. Kumaganda kayo, pumapayad ka na rin, Miss She. Opo.
Diba?
Kakain ng puto bongbong. Nakakapayat pala yun.
True. Favorite ko
Hello,
yun.
Mother. Lagi siya nandito. Oo nga eh.
Hi, Andres.
Hi, Andres.
Andres, please show
Sir Andres, nandyan. Sana nandyan pa siya.
Oo nga. Yung connection kasi.
Kaya nga eh, sayang. Hello po, Miss Karshi.
Hello all, sabi ni Joshua. Ayan, di ba? May mga supporters tayo.
Pwede ba mag-shout out?
Ay, sure!
Yeah, sure, Miss.
Shout out
shout out mo lahat.
Si Cap Messi. He's also a member of CreativVoices.
Yeah,
oo, kabatch natin siya sa SIVA, Batch 1. Hello, Tito Mez.
I'm good friends.
Yes, opo, kabatch namin siya.
Yan ko. Are you Japanese ba? May lahi ka bang Japanese?
No, it's just screen name. Scream name.
Screen name, okay.
Stage name. Well, it's my nickname among friends. So, alam yan nila.
Kasi mukha ka ding Japanese, Miss Kenjo. So, bagay naman yung name mo sa'yo.
Mahalan.
Oo.
ba?
Sakto lang.
Hindi halata yung hype.
Na-touch si Joshua sa message ni Miss Nikie. Well said daw. Ayan. So hard. That's the comments. So guys, if you have anything else to add up or to say, or just comment, feel free to comment here in the comment section below. Ayun, di ba? So, ang ganda ng topic natin. It's about, healing the world, putting your best foot forward, doing the best that we can in everything, and being unselfish para hindi tayo maka-add up sa mga problems ng world natin, hindi ba? Pero sometimes yung mga selfishness na yun sa self natin, yun yung nagkakos, I think, ng away. Kasi may mga time na ito kasi yung paniniwala natin Pinanindigan ko to, pero ito iba yung paniniwala niya. So, nagkakaroon ng misunderstanding. So, ngayon, we would like to know more about, what you think and how you deal with those kinds of problem. So,
Ayun. Let's go to our topic proper. Ready na po kayo for our question, Miss Nikie and Miss Kenjo?
Yes.
Masyadong seryoso. Ayun. First question po, what do you think is the most common cause of fighting among adults? Who wanna start first? Maybe Miss Nikie po,
Go ahead
kayo
po.
po muna. Go ahead, ma'am.
Ayun, tama yung sinabi ni Carren kanina about yung being, holding on or being too attached to our opinions or what we perceive is right. So, yung sa akin kasi yung root cause nung mga away is, yun nga, attachment to being right instead of just being loving.
yeah.
Diba? So yun, kasi isipin mo na lang, 'di ba? Gano'n naman tayo, lalo na nung ganyan din naman, very opinionated din naman ako dati. So but isipin natin is yung talaga bang ganun kahalaga yung pinaglalaban mo that that would cost a relationship, 'di ba? Kasi when you assert yung pagiging tama mo, ibig sabihin pinamumukha mo yung pagiging mali nung isang tao, nung kabila kasi tama ka eh. So yun. So yun lang yung gusto kong i-bring out siguro, yung let's become less attached to being right and instead be more loving kasi ano bang tinuro sa atin ng COVID na anytime, baka tomorrow, COVID 100, 1,000 na yan and life is short. So gusto mo ba na ipumukha mo sa loved one mo na mali ka, so nasaktan siya? Yun, gusto mo bang yun yung huli niyang maririnig sa'yo instead of, being kind and loving? So yun, siguro kung yun yung mindset at heart set natin na mas importante maging loving kesa maging tama. Siguro mas kokonti yung sigalot at away. Yeah.
Nice.
At tsaka yun minsan, dagdag ko lang, minsan hindi kasi tayo nakikinig ng tama. Most of the time we are just listening. You know what? Listening to reply.
Tama.
We're just listening, di ba? We're too attached dun sa opinion natin na tama tayo that kunwari we're listening superficially lang pero we're not actually listening to the other person. We're just listening para i-compose pa ulit yung rebuttal natin or yung, di ba? Na ma-justify pa lalo yung ating opinion instead of hearing really what the other person is saying. So yan, pangalawang gusto ko lang i-bring out is let's listen to understand rather than just listening to reply. Okay. So yun.
Yes.
Yan lang. Tapos
Kaya
na candidate
diba,
number.
pag pinag-jumble mo actually yung letters ng listen is silence.
Yes,
diba?
tama.
Bye-bye. Silent. Actually, silent. Hindi silent.
Sign.
Actually, hindi ka
Yan, dinagdagan
hindi
mo.
ka listen if you cannot listen if you're not silent eh. Yeah, tama.
So, yun. Ang ganda. Ang ganda ng message, Miss Nikie. Tamang-tama yan. And I think most people, kailangan talaga nilang alam. Madami akong taong ganyan. They listen to reply.
Yeah.
Kaya, yan talaga yung importante. And usually, yung mga taong ganun, sila yung mga yung hindi mo maiiwasan na makipagsagutan kasi hindi pa tapos yung sinasabi mo. May sinasabi na agad. So, ayun. Alright. Meron tayong bagong person here in the room. Hello! Hello, Mr.
Hey guys.
Hello
Yes.
po. Ayan.
Good evening.
Answer na
Hi.
si Sir. Opo.
Yay!
That was a long haggle with a connection.
Opo. We understand po. Oo.
Yes. How are you naman po, sir? Besides
I'm good.
struggle with the connection. Wow.
Smiling now.
Yes.
Because nakapasok na rin.
Yay! Yes.
Nakahabol pa si Sir sa question number 1.
Ayan.
Karen.
Akala ko wala na abutan.
Napansin ko may common things sa mga guests natin today. They're all teachers in a way, di ba?
Oo.
Pare-pareho silang mga instructors. Di ba?
Yes.
Galing, no?
Their own field. Galing.
So,
Sakto.
Sakto. Kasi children or students, they're bound to make mistakes and they know how to deal with those kind of things. They know personally kung paano maging understanding, lalo na sa mga estudyante. So,
Yes.
ayan. So, Sir Andres, since you're here, ayaw na namin
Yes.
palagpasin ang pagkakataon
Bago pa mawala ulit.
Oh,
Oo.
bago mawala ang internet. Go ahead po, sir.
Yes.
Answer. You can answer.
So, yeah. So, this is the question.
Okay.
What do you think is the
Okay.
most common cause of fighting among adults?
Okay. Almost the same as what Ma'am Nikie said earlier. For me, the most common cause of fighting among adults is having different beliefs and taking the argument past conversation stage to the emotional stage, making the supposedly debatable argument into something of a personal attack. Okay, so what we usually tell our students is to choose your fights. Listen or seek to understand first before being understood. Hindi porket may opinion ka, yung opinion mo lang ipapakinggan at yung opinion mo lang yung tama. You also have to listen to the others. You just have to be open.
Yeah. I like the one that you said that choose your fights. Diba?
Yes.
Kasi may mga laban na wala ka na talagang magagawa right now, diba? Because it's not in your power or kahit na may gawin ka, because you're at this standing right now and it is not, you don't have the authority or you don't have the means, to do it. Bakit ka pa ba makikipag-away? Like, there are many things like that na ang hirap, pero right now, you need to know kung nasaan ka, you need to know your position, you need to know kung tama ba, kumbaga, yung pinaglalaban.
Yes, exactly. At saka, kahit sabihin natin tama yung pinaglalaban natin, pero yung kalaban natin or yung kausap natin, ayaw tanggapin na may tama rin yung sinasabi mo. Okay? Usually, there are friendships na nawawala or nadidissolve dahil lang sa ganyan. So, isipin mo rin, kung nanalo ka sa argument mo, pero nawala naman yung kaibigan mo, sino yung talo?
Mas talo ka pa rin po, diba?
Sabihin mo na lang,
Exactly, yes.
Kaibigan yung nawala, diba?
yung tama, iba ang ibig sabihin.
Oo. Sa loob-loob ng kaibigan mo, Miss Karen, sige, tama ka na, pero wala ka ng kaibigan. Diba? Nanalo ka sa isip mo, pero sa puso mo natalo ka kasi nawala siya sa'yo. Dahil lang sa pride mo, diba?
Saka meron laban na silence ang magandang sagot yan.
Oo.
Silence is also an answer.
Yes. Kasi kapag May mga time na, okay, sige. Piling ko kahit anong sabihin ko dito, ganun pa rin. Tatahimik na lang ako.
Oo. Totoo.
Para wala nang away. So, you know, yun nga.
Mas effective pa nga yun, Miss Karen, di ba, pag silent ka. Kasi mag-iisip siya, ba't hindi na siya sumasagot sa akin, di ba? Siguro napagod na siya or masama na yung loob niya. Yung kalaban mo, kumbaga, mag-iisip siya kung anong gagawin niya. Doon niya marirealize na may pagkakamali siya. Instead na makipaglaban siya ng mga hurtful words, mag-iisip na lang siya ng tama, iisipin niya, titimbangin niya kung bakit nagalit yung kaibigan niya. Then, hopefully, ma-realize niya na mas important yung friendship more than sa pride or ego, di ba? Yun.
Yes, absolutely. Ayan. Thank you for that wonderful answer, candidate number 3.
Alright.
So now, let's hear it from candidate number
3.
So hello, Miss
Kenjo.
Kenjo. Again, we'd love to hear your wonderful answer.
So the question was, what causes or what is the most common cause fights among adults? Well, in my experience, misunderstandings, disagreements, or different opinions about issues. So parang minsan kasi, halimbawa, forget your friends or your family with this person. Iniisipin nila parang kailangan kakampi ka sa kanila or all the way, kailangan sila yung tama para sa'yo. Pag meron mo silang kaaway, kailangan kaaway mo rin yun. So parang, kahit na nasa mali ka na, pag kinonsinti ka nung isa, so parang lalaki lang yung ulo mo. So it will be a bigger issue or you're adding fuel to the fire. So parang, there's this song na title is Stay. There's a line there that says, I only hear what I want. So if you're not willing to listen to others, gusto mo lagi yung sarili mo lang yung naririnig mo, it's going to be pointless. And you will not grow from it. So parang minsan, you tend to be more immature than kids, or you can be even more worse than a kid when you act or when you fight with people. So minsan, not every battle or not every fight na you back out from makes you a loser. So you have to choose your fight, and you have to know when to quit or when to stop. Kasi not all fights are worth fighting for or not worth pushing through with. So you have to be open to listen and be open with confrontations as well as listening to other people's opinions, kasi hindi naman lahat all at all times na tama yung beliefs mo or yung understanding mo. We have different types of understanding as well. So minsan, siguro kung hindi naintindihan ng isa, we can try to explain, or tayo naman kung hindi natin naintindihan, merong bagay na hindi natin naintindihan, we can seek for help, di ba? So we should not be afraid to be more open. Although not everyone finds it easy to be open with people. Whether she understand mo, may mga introverts na they're too scared to be open to anyone, especially to socialize. So we have to be a more understanding na lang din. So yung isa pang major cause, I think, is lack of communication or the willingness to actually communicate or to listen and to open. Kasi kumbaga PM is the key. You have to initialize at least if you know that the person is not the initiative type na siya yung magkukusang mag-open or magsabi na, uy, may problema tayo pa. Ikaw na. Kasi wala, haba or tatagal hanggang sa lumaki na siya. And then as you can even grow old with it na parang may sama ka ng loob, which can really affect you as you grow older, even as with adults. So it's not a good thing kasi it's not healthy mentally and emotionally. So you have to take the risk or take that step forward to act on it no matter what, or as much as you can. If you know there's a risk with the relationship. or is going to risk any kind of relationship. So you have to step up on it if no one else is willing to step up for it.
Yes. Tama, no? May mga situation talaga na dahil importante sa'yo yung relationship na yun, ikaw na lang yung magbababa ng pride mo para somehow, like, maintindihan niya, baka matauhan din siya, like, ganun. So, in a way, sa inyo, in your, what do you call this one? Sa relationship nyo, di ba, aabot yun sa ganyan na, o sige, ganito na lang, ako na lang magsasorry, or kahit na hindi naman ako yung may kasalanan, or sige, kahit na mataas yung pride ko, kapababain ko na lang, importante siya sa buhay ko, di ba? May mga time na gano'n. So question number 2, is apologizing always the best way to resolve the conflict? If not, what are those better ways? Or if not, ano ba yung mga situation na i-apologizing yung sagot? So, ayan. So, let's hear it siguro from Sir Andreas. So, ayan.
All right. So, for me, apologizing is not always the best and only way to resolve conflicts. Since apologizing would mean that you can carry your argument with conviction and prefer to just stay quiet. Okay? Apologizing would also entail that you did something wrong to the other party, which is not the case in the argument. Okay? Listening and understanding, like what we said earlier, each side, and then finding a common ground is the best way to do it. If one party can't, if one party can listen and understand, but the other can't, then obviously it's going to be a one-sided conversation. Simply agreeing to disagree would end the discussion and then stopping any possibility of heated emotional arguments.
Wow. Ang ganda nun, like, finding a common ground.
Thank you.
Yes. Ang ganda ng sagot, short but sweet. So, guys, ang ganda ng nasabi niyang finding a common ground, di ba? In your own ways, how do you do that? How do you find that common ground when you're in the middle of the fight or something, or a conflict, di ba? Like, what are some situations wherein applicable talaga yung finding that common ground, and how do you do that?
Okay. For you to be able to find... Okay. One application of this is when deciding on what to do with an event. All right? For example, in a team of 5, each one will have their own opinion. So the best we can do is for each one to write everything down on the board, and then after everyone's finished, then from there they can decide which one to choose, which one to reserve for later on. So that way, hindi lang isang point of view yung makukuha in magagamit, kasi of course if sabi nga nila, if 2 minds work together, mas maganda yung kakalabasan kaysa yung nag-iisa lang, kasi syempre yung isang yun may pagkukulang pa rin na kayang kompletuhin yung isa pang partner. So yun, of course, if 2 is better, what more 5? Yun.
Yes.
So hindi naman necessarily kailangan lahat ng views kukunin, kasi sabihin natin, sabi nga sa social media, ang daming views kung sinong pwedeng iboto, pero pagdating naman dyan, hindi naman lahat yun makukuha. So there are only key points or key people na papakinggan na they stand for the common good. Yan.
Ayun.
Thank you.
Saka nice yung yung sinabi niyo, sir, kanina na kung maganda yung opinion nila pareho. So, let's just reserve that for later. Kumbaga, hindi natin totally like, pangit yan. Ito, mas maganda. Bala ka na dyan. Ito na lang gagawin natin, di ba? So, maganda yung ganun. Parang may plan A, plan B na pagdating, di ba? So, mas maganda na moving forward yung gagawin natin. So, yeah, that's nice. Usually in an organization or in a small group or in a small team, importante talaga yung communication na we need to respect each other, listen to what each other say.
So we're all in this together.
Kumbaga yun, we're all in this together. Kanta na tayo, we're all in this together.
Kanta na.
So, yan. Ang ganda ng mga sagot ng guest natin. So,
Kaya nga.
Ayan. So, isa pa, meron pang hindi sumasagot. How about you, candidate number 3?
Miss
Is that me?
Nikie.
Okay. Si Miss Nikie.
Hello.
Miss Nikie.
Ako ba?
Hindi ka.
Hindi, yung nasa likod ko.
Matakas na naman si
Sige.
Madam.
Ayun. Is apologizing always the best way to resolve conflict? Only if you're ready. And only if you acknowledge that you need to apologize or you have done something wrong. Otherwise, it's just superficial and so it's useless. So, siguro it's important to take the time really to communicate, yung sinasabi ni Carren, para makita kung saan ba kayo pwede meet halfway, ano ba yung common ground ninyo. And kung hanggang dun lang, then it's fine kasi you can just agree to disagree kasi let's just accept na magkakaiba tayo ng opinion at hindi minsan yan magtutugma or magkakapareho. So we can just agree to disagree and be respectful, be more practice compassion. Siguro yun yung gusto ko lang i-highlight dito. So most of the time kasi we come from the mind. Puro mental lang tayo kaya away tayo ng away. Minsan wala nang katapusan yung meeting natin, paikot-ikot. 'Di ba? Para lang ping-pong, 'di ba? Babalik-balik lang naman walang nare-resolve. Kasi we just operate at the level of the mind but nakakalimutan natin may puso tayo. So nakakalimutan natin maging compassionate doon sa ating kapwa. No, yun nga, yung babalik lang ako dun sa yung sinabi ko kanina na yung masyado tayong attached dun sa pagiging tama instead of being compassionate or loving. So yun. So you apologize of course when you're ready. Otherwise take the time to communicate. What are there better ways to do that? Yun nga, to open communication. Yun lang. Para you can see where the other person is coming from, ano yung context niya, and then yun nga, find a common ground or even a middle ground para, magkasundo kayo. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, di ba? So, some people might think na medyo opposing yung sinasabi ni Sir Andres and Miss Nikie. Pero it really depends, di ba? Yung sinasabi ni Sir, it's more on an organizational since he is used to, working on groups. Yung kay Miss Nikie naman, it's more on the personal level.
Personal relationship.
Personal relationship na siya yung dating. So, meron talaga, di ba? In a team, minsan, kumwari, it's serious business. You're talking about serious business, like about work, or about what do we do moving forward with this kind of project. Pero in a way, di ba, sa grupo na yon, may mga time na may nabibuild pa rin kayong relationship. So, yun yung mga time na, sige, feeling ko okay naman. So, mag-find na lang tayo ng common ground para hindi masira yung relationship natin. And then outside that, di ba, kumari, outside work, hindi mo naman din kasi maiwasan na yung ka-team mo is ano mo din, kaibigan mo. So outside work, you talk to them personally na kaya ganito yung ginawa ko kasi I think this is what's gonna happen. But don't worry, gawin natin plan B yung sinasabi mo, parang gano'n. And then you talk about it more intimately as a friend na like sabihin mo na lang na Miss She or She, sorry yun kasi feeling ko talaga yung sinasabi ni ganito is mas maganda right now dito kasi ganito yung nangyayari, ganito yung mga, and then you say proofs para hindi niya ma-feel na okay, hindi dahil hindi, feeling ko kasi baka siya na yung kaklose nito, hindi na ako, kaya hindi niya ako nakampihan, di ba? Baka feeling niya kampihan na nila. So you of course you have to support the argument with something credible. So ayun. Ang ganda ng mga sharing. Oo.
Tama, Miss Carren. Tama yung sinabi mo na yung importante, alamin mo yung side ng story niya and actively listen. Kasi di ba, minsan nakikinig ka, kunyari lang, parang hindi mo sinasaisip o hindi mo sinasa puso yung pinapakinig mo sa kanya. So, ang dating nun sa kanya, nafe-feel niya yun na nakikinig ka lang para lang sabihin na nakikinig ka. Tapos hindi mo naman dapat i-acknowledge mo yung whatever hurt o pain na you have caused him or her. And the same way is, pwede mo ding sabihin sa kanya kung saan ka nasaktan, kung anong point, and then, kung calm down na yung situation nyo, okay na kayo, balik kayo dun sa roots kung bakit kayo nag-away. At siguro first and second na pag-apologize sa taong nagkaroon ka ng misunderstandings. Pero, kahit mali siya, di ba, minsan tayo na yung nagpapakumbaba na tayo para matapos na yung away kasi ayaw natin ng gulo, gusto lagi natin peace of mind kasi ang hirap matulog ng may iniisip ka. Pero yung sa akin, sa tingin ko, sa third or fourth kakamali niya, parang hindi na yun mistakes parang sinasadya na yun. Kumbaga, make him realize or her realize na may something wrong na sa kanya in a way na hindi naman siya ma-offend. Kumbaga, unti-unti mong sasabihin sa kanya na ito yung napapansin ko sa'yo, ito yung nararamdaman ko, medyo hindi na maganda yung pakiramdam ko. Mas importante na sa akin manggagaling kaysa ibang tao pa sa'yo ang magsasabi. Kasi alam mo sa sarili mo na maintindihan ka niya dahil close kayo, and yung genuine concern mo sa kanya para i-inform sa kanya. Kasi kailangan mo ng guts na masabi yun sa kanya. Hindi lahat ng tao makaka-accept ng pagkakamali nila. Karamihan pag sinabihan mo na, may mali ka ganyan, or ganito yung pwede bang mag-usap tayo. Yung iba hindi nag-shut off na agad sila, di ba? Ayaw nilang marinig yung pagkakamali nila. Walang acknowledgement, walang acceptance. Kaya importante is acceptance and yung better understanding pa rin kahit anong mangyari. Ayun. How about you, Miss Kenjo? We wanna hear your answer. Masyadong serious. Ayun. Ikaw na po, Miss Kenjo.
For me, para po sa akin, it's very important for you to know na, and to fully admit your mistake and point it out when you apologize. And aside from the sincere apology, kasi the willingness to also make up for it is also very important. Hindi yung basta sorry ka lang na, okay, so for next time, parang wala ka na gagawin about it if ever it occurs again. And then number one also yung pride, of course, na we have to lower it or we have to ilulugar natin siya. Na minsan, kahit tama tayo, alam nating tama tayo. If we don't want to risk the relationship, we will just be the one to give way or to be the more understanding one. And then also big factor din kung sino yung unang magsusorry, di ba minsan parang nagkakaroon ng conflict kung sino yung mauuna. So parang nagkakahiyaan pa po.
Oo, may mga times talaga na naghihintayan na lang, nagpapakarimdaman, nabulol na ako. Nagpapakiramdaman yung mga tao like that. So, ayun, kung wala pa tagal na, sige, go na. Mag-sorry na ako or kausapin ko na siya. Ganun na lang. Alright, so guys, ang gaganda ng mga sagot ninyo. And I'm sure maraming nakuha yung mga guests natin, especially those na maybe they are going through something similar, diba? Like they're going through a misunderstanding with someone that like their friends or whatever their relationship they are in. So I think guys we're ready to have a few minutes of break. So let's do that. So freshen up, mag-drink kayo, mag-ayos kayo, or anything. And we will see you in 2 minutes. All right, welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Masyadong maraming ano. Hello,
Oh, I'm here
Nichols.
now.
And welcome,
Hey,
Hello,
everyone.
hello.
You know, I was listening
Welcome.
for like the episode, and those are the smartest things I've heard in the past week.
Wow.
I'm very. I just want to thank our guests, all of our guests, for being here. Those were some very interesting insights, and I'm happy to have heard them. So yeah, let's move on to the next question. Shall we?
All right.
Good.
So kanina, 'di ba, napag-usapan natin about,
Apologies.
now, saying sorry, when is the right time to say sorry, and when does a conflict start to begin.
Yeah.
So, a continuation So, ito naman. So, we already know the root of the content. We already know how to apologize or when to apologize. So, ngayon naman, is when is the best time or what is the best way? Alright.
Yeah.
Ano ba yung best practice niyo? When you know na ikaw talaga yung at fault or when you know na ito na lang talaga yung last straw to save your relationship. So, ayun. So, when is the best time and what is the best way to apologize?
Who wants to
Alright.
go first? Mr. Andres, you want to go first?
Sure thing.
All right.
All right. So for me, the best way to apologize, if the need is there, is to make it sincere. Okay? Acknowledge what you've done and give the apology. Mean it when you say it. Okay? Sabi nga ni Miss Nikie kanina, wag superficial. Okay? Apologize privately when you are ready. Okay? Stop any possibility of long-standing grudges and misunderstandings. Thank you.
Yes. Talagang
Okay.
usually short but sweet yung answers ni Sir Andres.
Yeah.
No? Oo. Pero
Saka,
lagi... Yes.
Saka I really agree that you have to do it as soon as you can na wag patagalin yung hate. Kasi when hate builds up, that's a big problem. Mag-e-explode yan. Ganun ako dati, actually.
Ala?
But I changed. I changed. I changed. Hopefully for the better. Hopefully. Tawa ka.
No comment.
No.
What is good naman that we all know how to accept, diba? Yun din eh. Yun yung mga times na nag-change ka. You know that for yourself na accept mo na may pagkukulang ka. So, in the future, you know now what not to do anymore. Kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng change. Ako din may mga bad habits ako before na hindi ko alam na nakakasama pala sa iba na so hindi ako nagsasorry until such time na meron talagang taong kakausap sa'yo na that they really care and then they will tell you what you should do. So ayun, may mga ganun din akong times before, lalo na nung bata pa ako. Siyempre normal naman lahat yan. When we grow up, we learn things more about ourselves and they usually come from the people who are very close to us. Na they will not hesitate to tell you kasi they care about you and the relationships that you can build for the future. So ayun, ang ganda din ng sinabi ni Sir Andres na you should do it with dignity. Only when time arises. Kasi hindi naman all the time, ikaw yung dapat na nagpapakumbaba. Kumbaba. Tama ba yun? It's not always
Kumbaba.
Nakakapagkumbaba.
Oo. Kasi, di ba, there are times na baka naman yung person na yun, yung way na ginagawa mo na, sige, pagbibigyan ko na siya, ako na lang lahat. Baka yun naman yung point na masanay sa'yo yung isang tao, na gawin na lang ng gawin yun at hindi na siya mag-change for the better, di ba? Or baka abusuhin na lang niya yung ginagawa mo na, sige, ako na lang mag-a-apologize, ganun. So ikaw, in the future, madidrain ka din kasi feeling mo, ikaw na lang yung nag-work para i-keep yung relationship yun. So magkakaroon lalo ng misunderstanding and something like that. So ayan.
Miss Carren, may I add something?
Ha?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Sure.
Okay lang? May i-add lang ako saglit. Yan. Based on experience kasi with teaching kids, nasa society kasi ngayon na bawal ka magkamali. Mali magkamali. Okay? So, medyo we are trying our best to remove the idea na mali. Making mistakes is wrong. It's bad to fail. Okay? Mali yun because you have to fail. You have to make a mistake for you to know which one is wrong and which one is correct. Which one will work and which one will not. Okay, so making mistakes is part of the learning curve. So as much as possible kasi, when someone makes a mistake, okay, mag-sorry sila, pero wag yung dikdikin na mali yung ginawa mo. You have to explain why, kung bakit sila nagkamali, why, ano ba yung mas magandang way of doing things. Hindi yung ginagawa ng iba dati na corporal punishment, tapos hindi i-explain kung bakit. Ang nangyayari, nagre-rebel yung bata. Okay? But if you were able to explain why, mas malalaman ng bata, and actually mas ng older people, mas malalaman nila kung bakit bakit mo ginawa yun. Okay na you just care for the person. Okay? Tapos isa pa, when you keep on apologizing, parang nawawala na ng value yung apology mo. Alright? Kumbaga, may mga tao kasi na magkamali lang ng onte, sorry agad. Na parang ang laki na ng nagawa nila. When you keep on doing that, nawawala na yung value ng apology mo, na tipong pag nag-sorry ka, hindi ka na pinapakinggan. So, you have to balance it kasi you have to weigh it then. Na you have to explain kung bakit mo nagawa yun, ganyan. Tapos if the need is really there, then you apologize. Okay? Tapos lastly, I just want to add something to what Miss said earlier. It is said in the Bible na to point out corrections with a person, acknowledge first the other person's side, and then suggest a better way of doing things. If the person doesn't want to listen, then bring two friends with you. So tatlo na kayo who also know what happened and then repeat the correction. If still the person doesn't want to listen, then bring the whole church to help the person become a better version of his or herself. Thank you.
Yes. True naman yan, di ba? Kumbaga, parang nasa korte ka lang pag pinaglalaban. Tataas yan hanggang sa, sa higher Supreme Court. Napakataas na nung isang sitwasyon. Pero syempre, di ba, abang maaga, kung agapan na. And tama nga naman yung sinasabi ni Sir kanina na don't keep on apologizing. You have to do something yourself too. Like,
Tsaka,
yeah?
Tsaka totoo rin yung yung sinabi niyang usually kids are trained to always be right. Like that's a very common thing in old Filipino parenting. Yung sasabihin ka ng mali yung ginawa mo pero walang explanation kung bakit. Yeah, that's like something very present in Filipino parenting based on conversations I've had. If my mom is watching this, Mom, I'm not talking about you, okay? Don't wag kang magalit sa akin. I love you, Mom. I love you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saka, hindi maiwasan actually yan sa isang family. Lalo na kapag yung nagtuturo is yung parent or very close family. Kasi ang laki ng standards usually, di ba? Para sa anak.
Yeah.
So, hindi nila maiwasan yon na ay, napasobra na pala ako. Baka mamaya, hindi pala ako naintindihan nito. So, meron yata, kaya napakaganda yung sinasabing sandwich na correction in terms of constructive criticism. You tell them what is right or what they did first. And then you tell them what happened na hindi naging perfect or hindi naging maayos. So that in the end, conclusion na okay, you keep on doing this. Next time, you try to do this. Para next time, perfect na. Diba?
Wow. Teacher.
Yes, because I also teach. I also teach English naman. So, ayun.
Wow. Galing.
Yes.
Tsaka, I just want to add one more thing. I'll make this as quick as possible. Yung sinabi ni Sir na like a kid will keep saying sorry all the time. That's actually a product of the the whole thing that kids are expected to always be perfect, that kids are always expected to get things right. And yeah, it's a result of that na they always say sorry. And I know this kasi ganun din ako dati.
Mm-mm.
pero ayun, it's just something you have to realize, and once you realize it, something you can change in
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah.
Kaya
Din ako
Nichols, tama ka.
na-harsh
Kaya
in
lumalaki
a
tayo ng
way. Pero once na na-realize ko na,
lumalaki tayo ng...
napapasobra na pala ako. Kasi yung bata, hindi sila natututo kapag nagagalit ka. Natututo sila kapag pinupuri mo sila. Like, say, ay, ang galing mo naman. Ay, alam mo, mas magaling ka pag gagawin mo. Parang gano'n.
Parang like in a more positive way, no?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tama. Kaya yun yung napapansin namin. Hindi na makikinig yung bata sa'yo kapag puro mali. Na lang yung sinasabi mo. Hindi na siya mag-enjoy kasi they're young they're bound to make mistakes. And iba-iba ang learning curve ng bata. That's what I realized with my son. Kasi lalo na sa school setup, kailangan niya makipagsibayan sa mga iba niyang klase. So, ngayon na nag-homeschooling kami, nakikita ko ang laki ng improvement niya kasi hindi na siya nape-pressure sa teacher niya.
Wow.
Sa mga classmate niya na, nandito na siya. At ako nandito pa lang. Hindi niya alam yung nangyayari sa mga classmates niya. And nakakapag-focus siya kung saan yung dapat niyang i-focus. So, ayun. Alright. So, ang dami nating nasabi na. And we are still excited to know what our guests are going to say. So, let's start first with Miss Kenjo. So, Miss Kenjo, candidate number 2.
Wow.
Dito pa pala ako.
Hello, Kenjo.
What do you
Sorry.
say
Nawala ako.
about
Oh my
this
God.
question?
Hindi
So,
ko
when is the best
pinusin
time?
So,
And what?
the
Mhm.
best time, what is the best way to apologize? I think yung first of all, you have to be transparent muna with each other, whether you're kids or you're adult or you're teens. Transparency is also a key or one factor kasi na kung as long as or the more na open kayo with listening to each other na yung woes and posts nyo, na the more na mas mare-resolve nyo kaagad or you get to find a solution with the problem or the situation. And then, kung, kanina nabanggit yung common ground, kung may mutual goal kayo in this kind of, halimbawa sa relationship, so, siyempre, lagi namang merong fights and disagreements. So, kung alam yung pareho naman yung goal nyo for the relationship, you work it out, diba? You find a way to work it out as much as you can or as much as possible. So, when is the best way or when is the best time to apologize? Best time, siguro kapag nakapag-cool down ka na rin. Meron kasing time na, diba, yung pag pareho pa kayong mainit yung ulo nyo, hindi ka dapat sumabay or kung alam mong siya yung galit or mainit yung ulo niya, huwag kang sasabay. Pag ikaw naman yung galit or mainit yung ulo, hindi ka dapat sasabayan. So, one factor din yung timing. Good timing na pag okay na, medyo chill na, nakapag-relax ka na, and mas meron ka bang peace of mind. So, that's the most, mas makakapag-apology ka pati ng sincere and mas totoo. Kasi yung, okay, nakapag-sorry ka pero hindi pa naman yun bukas sa loob mo. Parang binitawan mo lang para lang matapos. Pero, hindi siya totoo. So, it's not gonna work or it's not gonna be worth it kasi pointless siya. And then, the best way to apologize is for you to show na you're sincere with your apology and that you're willing to make up for it or alam mo yung mistakes mo or shortcomings mo and then you improve on your own or with the help of the person. You're willing to take the criticisms as well. Ano naman yung sinabi niya na mali or pinoint out yung mali, willing ka to listen to it or to take it all and then approach in a polite manner, private, as possible. Kasi iba yung impact kapag pag in-approach or kinonfront ka ng isang tao for your mistake ng merong ibang tao na nakaka-witness. For halimbawa, ngayon nauso yung mga cyberbullying, yung public shaming. It's malaking ano yun eh, mental stress yun at saka malaking problem siya in the future. Well, not actually kahit hindi siya in the future. Nararanasan natin yan every now and then. Pero as much as possible, we avoid that. So kung may problem kasi isang tao, you speak to her privately, to him or to her privately. Para naman ma-workout niya yung kung ano yung kailangan niyang baguhin. So yun lang, avoid lang talaga yung public shaming. And then, kung meron kang gustong i-point out na mistake niya, make sure na hindi yun dahil lang sa naiinggit ka sa kanya or may napansin kang mali na dahil lang sa ayaw mo sa kanya. Huwag kang masyadong naman-personal kung be as professional as much as possible. Lalo na kung nasa workplace kayo or what. Hindi yun dahil lang sa inis ka lang sa kanya or masyado mo na siyang binababa dahil lang sa ayaw mo sa kanya. Simply dahil ayaw mo sa kanya. So, dapat meron naman yung valid reason din kung bakit mo pino-point out yung mistake niya na sana nakakatulong din sa inyo pareho to grow.
Yes. I think common yun, like there are things stuff that like that really happens in the office na nagkakaroon ng may mga tao kasi kapag nainis ka na napapansin mo na napapansin lahat ng mga mali na ginagawa niya na in a way sometimes oo, yun na lang lagi nakikita mo. And then, there are times na, okay, ito ginawa niya. Pero dahil nainis ka dito, siya yung ipo-point out mo. And then ito, parang wala lang sa'yo. 'Di ba? So, may mga ganun talagang nangyayari. So, siguro, kung di mo maiwasan yung ganun, if you have to confront that person, privately na lang, hindi din yung mga tao lalo na if those other people doesn't have anything to do with what you have to say. So, minsan siguro hindi na lang nila napapansin na, okay, baka naririnig pala nila or napapalakas yung boses ko. So, kaya may mga conference rooms tayo, meron tayong mga area na minsan pwede kang kumain ng different times sa ibang tao or in different area. So, be wary na lang sa surrounding or with the environment. If ever man. Kasi hindi mo din maiwasan yun na naiinis ka sa tao. And if ever na naiinis ka talaga sa tao, you need to confront them directly para hindi na din. Kasi minsan ikaw din yung masisira. Mapapansin din yun ng ibang tao. Like how you deal with that person. So, ikaw din. So, yun. Something to think about. Ayan. Ang ganda ng sagot ni Kenjo. And because of that, our candidate number 3 is ready. With her
Miss Nikie.
Tapos na. Wala nang time.
Meron pa.
Hindi po.
Bahala na yung
May time
next
pa po
show.
kami para sa'yo.
Ayun. Ang gaganda ng mga sagot tsaka yung interaction natin, no? And yun, if we prioritize being loving kasi instead of being right, yung 'di ba, automatic alam mo na kung kailan ka paano ka magiging sensitive. Kasi it's not easy naman. Nobody wants to be pointed out na mali, 'di ba? Lahat, 'di ba? Tama, wala namang hindi yun madali. So buti binring up ni Carren yung sandwich method kasi if you want the other person to acknowledge his or her yung pagkakamali niya, then merong tamang approach. Hindi naman pwedeng mali ka, aminin mo. 'Di ba? May approach doon. Kasi tao 'yan eh, 'di ba? May process. So buti binring out ni Carren. And then dun sa yung tanong nyo is when is the best
time and the best way
how
to apologize.
Okay. So the best time is when both parties are ready to talk. Kasi yung tulad nung nasabi, I think si Kenjo yung nagsasabi kanina na kung mainit pa yung ulo ng isa or kung pareho pa mainit ulo nyo, di magpalamig muna kayo. When you're both ready, kalmado na kayo, and you're ready to talk, then yun. Then you can apologize. Then I think nasabi na nila pareho yung kung paano mag-apologize, no? It's always starts with acknowledging na yung mali mo. Okay, and then also acknowledging kung paano mo moving further, no? Also acknowledging kung paano mo nasaktan yung isang tao. So, after mo na acknowledge na mali yung nagawa ko, and then also acknowledge na yes, I'm sorry, nasaktan ko yung feelings mo nung nasigawan kita sa harap ng teammate nung team natin. I'm sorry about that. And then hindi kumpleto ang apology kung wala akong maisip na term na mas like ngayon kung walang atonement or sa Tagalog pagsisisi. Okay? So, merong pagsisisi kung sasabihin mo na hindi kumpleto yung sorry mo, dapat meron kang sasabihin na gagawin. How will you, di ba kaya nga sa confession may sinasabi yung pare, nagsorry ka na. Ito yung gawin mo, ilang Our Father, kung isang rosaryo ba yan, bahala na. So dapat meron kang sabihin. How
because
can I
that's
make
what makes
it right
the apology
for you?
sincere.
Okay, so
Yes.
and complete.
You were saying about a while ago about acknowledging your mistake. Kasi meron mga iba nag-sorry lang, pero sorry.
Para lang ma-sorry. Yun yung sinasabi ko na kaya nga dapat ready, otherwise superficial lang yung mga yan. Then wag nyo rin pilitin, 'di ba? You give it time na ready.
May mga iba naman na pagsabihan lang, uy, mag-sorry ka, pero hindi naman niya alam. Ano yung isa-sorry niya?
Hindi niya alam kung ano yung nagawa niya. Napag-utusan lang na
sorry na, sabi niya
di ba? So, ayun, di ba? May mga times talaga na ganyan. You need to introspect, di ba? Introspect. Because it takes time. When you're sincere, it really takes time, especially when you care about that relationship. Because there are 100 million ways on how to apologize, and it really have to depend on that person you are talking to on how walang best way na lahat ito, kahit anong problema yan, ganito ka mag-apologize, mapatawarin ka yan.
And I also want to add, every conflict has a reason. So you have to know what that reason is first before you apologize. Yeah. What is the reason of that conflict? And then, I think that's the best way to determine the solution to a conflict. Yeah, determine the reason first. Your voice of reason.
Yeah.
I think may add to Nichols mas maganda siguro na to say sorry in a clever way. Na papa-make me ma-make me na feel ang person na yon na magsusorry siya from the heart, not from the mind. Alam mo yon na sa puso niya marirealize niya na nagkamali siya. Kasi pag ipagpipilitan mo yung mali niya at iisipin niya palagi, the more na siya disagree sa'yo at the more na lalaki yung away niyo. So make him realize na may mali siya at may mali ka rin kung saan part ka nagkamali. Okay. Importante is yung magsasorry ka ng sincere, na hindi lang basta nagsorry ka para lang masabi na nagsorry ka. Importante yung nagsorry ka, pero the next time gagawin ko to, siguro hindi na ako ganito, more better things na gagawin ko para hindi ka ma-hurt. And yun, tsaka kung may pagkakamali man sa isa't isa, pwede din yung isang tao na magsabi na kung directly, pwede mo siyang sabihin sa kanya na in a way na hindi siya masasaktan para lang ma-realize na instead na mapahiya siya sa ibang tao, much better na kayo close naman kayo, pwede mo siyang sabihin na tinuturing mo siya na bilang kapatid, kahit na kaibigan mo lang siya. And yun, importante yung sincere ka and acknowledgement sa kung ano man yung pagkakamali mo. Diba? Yun.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Very good answer.
Yeah, very two-way. Yeah, very gray area dapat yung apology.
That's right. So guys, before we end it up, let's end it in siguro na light note. So, let's have a very, very short word search. Pero in this time, yes or no na lang yung sagot natin.
Oo.
Kasi wala
yes
na
or
tayong time.
wala na tayong
Oo.
time. In this case, you look for
Okay.
3 words. Tapos sabihin mo kung tama ba siya sa life mo. Or nangyayari ba yan sa life mo? Or nakaka-relate ka ba sa life mo dun sa nakita mong yan? So, sige, ako na mag-start. So, yung first word na nakita ko is understand. Oh, I think yes. Applicable to. I think to everyone, applicable yung understanding. Next is trust. Yes, absolutely yes. You must have trust. Especially with what you do. Trust na tama yan bago mo gawin. And the other one is sadness.
I see the word lima.
Lima? Lima. All right. So I think it's sadness. I'm not sad right now. So maybe
Wow.
it's
Sana
in my
all.
life. Right now, right this moment.
Sana all hindi sad.
Sige. Kayo, what can you see?
Ako nakita ko, Miss Carren, guilty, sorry, and trust. So, sa akin, pag guilty ka sa situation, alam mo na mali ka, kung pwede mag-sorry ka na para, in a way, magigain mo yung trust ng taong na kumbaga nagawan mo ng mali. Yun lang. Short
Yes.
lang, diba?
Yes, that's right. How about Kenjo?
Miss Kenjo.
3 words.
Kenjo.
Teka lang.
Teka lang.
3
Teka lang daw.
words.
Sige. 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Same mo, 1
First
hour.
3. Oo.
3 words. Parang yun din yung nakita. Wait, sorry. Teka lang. Wala kasi ako salamin.
Sige, lakihan natin.
Blessing. Sana blessing. Blessing in a way. Yes, I think. And next is I think yung guilty then and trust. 50-50.
50-50.
But
at
yeah,
least, diba?
there's truth in it.
Oo.
There's truth in it.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, how about Sir Andres? Is he still there? Wala pa ata. How about you, Miss Nikie? 3 words. Yes or no? Can you relate it with your life right now?
Ba, ang 3 words is, yung una, I hear. Yes, I would like, I do want to hear the other
Yes.
person.
3 words.
Alright. Sir Andres, Miss Nikie muna po. Okay.
Go.
Alright. So here, and then
And
Sorry?
then, Carren?
Absolutely.
Ako na. Okay, sir. Tapos, sige na. And then, guilty. Sometimes when I look back, yeah, I feel some guilt. And then, grief, yes, we're in the grieving process right now. Yeah.
I see. O, diba? Maganda ang word search na to. Relatable
Take care,
sa
Miss
life
Nikie.
mo talaga.
Take
Oo.
care.
Yes, you take care. How about you, Mr. Andreas?
Yan. Okay, 3 words. Together, trust, and blessing.
Alright.
Yan. Relate na relate.
Yes, that's great. Siyempre, di ba, when you're together, you trust each other and then you become a blessing with each other. Ayan, ang galing!
Once you establish the trust, yan,
Yes,
it becomes a
that's
blessing.
right. Tama. Yung establishing talaga ng trust is very important. So, ayan guys, that was a very wonderful sharing. So, before we end, is there anything else that you want to say? or any final advice, any final things you want to say to our viewers? All right, or anything you want to plug? Kung may
Yeah, the
gusto kayong
guests.
Mhm.
This is for you, guests. This is for you.
Oh, me? No.
All right, all
Well,
good.
sige, go ahead.
Yeah. Mhm. Yes, continue.
Mr. Andres,
I'm
you want
good.
to say something?
Miss Nikki?
Thanks for having
All
me
right.
Ako na
here.
lang.
All
Okay,
right, Sir
sige.
Andres, what
You
is
want
it
to say
that you
something,
want to say?
Sir Andres?
Okay, anyway, to our
Wow.
viewers, that's viewers talaga. To our viewers, uh, in any case, kahit anong mangyari naman, just listen and understand first. Okay, kahit anong mangyari, kahit sa daan pa yan, bigla kayong kinat sa highway, isipin niyo lang, nagmamadali yan kasi may kailangan siyang gawin. Wala nang road rage, ganyan. Okay?
Understanding.
So, just keep an open mind to things.
Mhm.
Yes, understanding the other person, kung saan siya nagmumula. Yun. So, pag yun ang nangyari, tapos pinakinggan ka din, edi
Yes.
conflict resolved.
Empathy really saves the day.
So,
Yeah.
anyway, thank you guys for having...
Go ahead, sir.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Very. Man, I was just saying, thank you for having me here. Okay, to our viewers, if you wanna get in touch with FitQuest Philippines, sorry,
Go ahead po.
FitQuest Philippines, you can contact us in Facebook. That's www.facebook.com/FitQuestPH. Okay, or you can contact us at 0966-664-6364.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, ang ganda. Pwedeng voice
Wow.
artist, sir.
Yeah, actually, I'm surprised. He's not a voice artist. I'd expect him to be one.
Yes.
Parang automatic yung yung boses niya eh. It's
Naka-ano
amazing.
agad, ang tawag dito. Naka-project agad yung boses niya. Siguro dahil fitness coach si sir.
Auto-tune.
Saka yung timbre ng boses niya, ang ganda. So speaking of voice artist, I think Miss Nikie wants to promote.
Yes. Oo. Binabanggit ko kanina, Sir Coach Andres, na I want to drop by sa gym mo minsan pag okay na.
Wow.
Yung sticks ko, inaamag na eh. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yun. And then, i-invite na rin kita at yung viewers natin dahil lang naturally modulated ang iyong boses. You can, and everybody else can enroll in batch 5 of the Certified Voice Artist Program. Okay, so for more we're opening that. It starts this January, yung unang. So we'll have lahat ng Saturdays ng January. Yun yung klase natin, and we'll have 2 culminating programs after that in February. So yun, you can get more information and register at www.certifiedvoiceartist.com. You can also email me, Nikie, Nikie, at at creativevoices.com. Yun. And siguro, final note, again, it's more important to be loving than to be right. Life is short. So, you want to be, gusto mo yung huling moment is maalala ka ng tao na loving ka instead of tama.
Yeah. Yes, tama. How about you, Miss Kenjo? Anything else you want to add up?
Kenjo.
Final lesson.
Thank you again for having me here.
Thank you also.
Good night na everyone.
Sige.
Also, I just want to remind everyone na for you to not be afraid to let your voice be heard. Not just through CreativVoices. May pag-promote. So,
yes.
Yun lang. And then, each one of us naman has her own voice. Literally and figuratively. So, we have to enhance that or use it as a medium as much as we can. Para, sayang naman binigay ni God. So, we have to use it. Hindi lang naman yun porket, hindi lang naman yan sa singers or sa dubbers, sa voice actors. each one of us has unique voice. So we have
Yeah.
to let people hear it whenever we have
Mm.
a concern or we need to say something. We should avoid to hesitate whenever we need to say something na kung alam mo naman na it will make a difference or it will be a good benefit. Go ahead
Yeah.
lang.
Yes, yeah, your voice
Don't be
is
afraid.
there as a tool to express yourself. So yeah, don't be afraid to use it because your
That's
thoughts will rot inside of you if you don't let them out.
Saka speaking of
Yeah.
a voice and using your tools, di ba? Everybody has their own talents. So
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
we're promoting the voice artist program, there are many other ways to
You can
reach
express yourself. Yeah.
to express yourself. Like
Yes.
most painters, they paint it with painting kasi doon nila
Yeah, yeah.
nalalabas ang
That's
puso
true.
nila
Yes.
with
Hmm.
To
music.
Yeah,
express.
musicians. Kenjo
Especially,
here is a
di ba, sa
musician.
mga, like, in every keys ng piano, kung gaano kabigat yung kamay mo, iba yung dating ng music na ilalabas niya sa piano or
Yeah.
sa
Yes, you express.
So, kaya nga nandyan yung mga sinasabi na, I hope that it can reach you, it can reach the audience. Kahit, lalo na sa martial arts, like, kapag, di ba makikita mo yung situation ng, like, mental state ng isang tao with the way they move. Di ba? So,
Mhm.
everything, lahat yan, every single movements na ginagawa mo,
Boses
they
mo
all,
yan.
they
Yeah.
all have interpretations.
Yeah.
And they all have different meanings. So, in any way, ilabas mo lang yan. But there are other times na, you need to be careful with what you're doing, especially nga, di ba, may mga mannerisms tayo minsan na nakaka-affect sa ibang tao na di na natin napapansin na napapakita pala na naiinis ka sa kanya, wherein,
Yeah, I'd say
maayos tayo. Mhm.
I'd say just express what you can in the most beautiful way possible, not in the ugly way. Because if you express something in an ugly way, people won't understand that. People will be confused, and people will, conflict happens. So yeah.
That's right. So, ayan
Mhm.
guys, napakaganda ng sharing natin. It's very fruitful. I
This is
hope
a
the
great
guests,
episode. One of the best. One of the
that's
best.
right. Mm-mm.
Hi,
Very,
Kitty. Sa
very
likod.
minty. That's my son. Hi! So, I hope that, hello, siya yung sinasabi ko sa'yo. So, guys, I will contact you.
May additional guest pala tayo.
Yan yung palaging kaaway ni Karen. Yung,
Oo.
yung
He's here because he's waiting for the phone. So, anyway,
Kaya
so
pala.
guys, oo nga. But,
kid
you know,
probs.
yeah, kid props. Kapag tumanda na siya and he becomes more behaved, I will contact you guys. Yay!
Introduction.
Mga
Sabi
10
niya,
years, 10 years from now.
Okay, guys. So, ayun na. Thank you so much, our dear guests and our viewers for staying with
Mami
us
G, please
today.
na.
And thank you for the creative writer, Rian Ruiz.
Yeah, Miss
Hi,
Rian,
Rian.
thank you.
Thank
And
you so
Josh
much.
Foravelas, thank you for being our
Mhm.
multimedia man once again.
Yes. The advisor of VG8 and VG8 radio program manager, Sir Richard Abalos. Thank you so much for, giving us your presence here and supporting the show. Yeah. We also want to say
Yeah.
thanks.
We also want to
ahead.
say thank you to Mr. Raymar Pena, who is our radio station manager for VG8. And we also want to thank someone who is actually here with us right now, Miss Nikie, the program director for the Certified Voice Artist Program. Hello again. How many times have we said hello to you? And I want to thank my co-hosts She and Karen for helping me building this episode together. So, yeah. Shay, want to say anything?
First of all, thank you po sa lahat ng guests, Miss Nikie, Miss Kenjo, and Sir Andres po. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
gracing
much.
our
Thank
show.
you.
Yon, marami pong salamat sa kay Sir Pocholo de Leon Gonzales for making the show possible, and sa whole team ng Your Voice of Reason for being there as always. And we all hope that you've learned something from our show and learn to accept your mistakes and always be a blessing to others instead of spreading hate. And see you again next week for another 2 hours of heart, soul, and mind conversation. Thank you so much, everyone, and God bless. Miss Carren.
Yes, again, thank you, everybody,
Thank you so
the
much.
guest viewers, and
Yay.
for staying with us till the end.
Thank you so
Alright.
much, everyone. Sa ngalan ng nag-iisang voice master of the Philippines, Mr. Pocholo de Leon Gonzales, this show is brought to you by CreativVoices Productions, CreativSounds Studios, Voice from Home, the Certified Voice Artist Program, and the VoiceMaster channel. This is your voice of reason. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
God bless.
Thank you, everyone.
Stay safe,
Oy.
everyone.